RedCTV!
What's up, guys? Mark L. Fisher, and I'd like to welcome you to my first ever episode on RedCTV. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you guys for pressing that play button like a pear-shaped butt plug trying to slide out on a hot summer's day. Today we're going to be talking about ricers. And no, I'm not talking about that swamp grass side dish that some people say will fix your water damaged trap phone. Ricer stands for Race-Inspired Cosmetic Enhancements. Now this could be anything from the Transformer decal that you can get at AutoZone with a gift card that your grandma gave you, to an eBay spoiler made from melted down Legos and then plasti dipped. And you can't forget the exhausts that are so loud it'll make your eardrums look like the end scene of Carrie. Regardless of what it may be, I still respect a person who has a genuine passion for cars. Kind of like I respect a person who's able to hold in their dirty butt sneeze until they leave the elevator. The first car up looks like it would be a main attraction at a bonfire. It also looks like it's hurricane ready, in case your mailbox full of overdue bills from your Pornhub subscription decides it wants to crash through your window. Well, you don't have to worry about it because there's plywood on your car. You can fix it right then and there. I don't know if this guy's a carpenter, but if I ever needed a birdhouse built, he'd be the first person I'd call. To me, I think he's an absolute genius. He went from lumberjack to race car driver like that. I mean, who needs aerodynamics when you have a car that Bob the Builder would be proud of? I'm not talking about the Ninja Turtles when I say he's Master Splinter. You ever been to a fancy restaurant and 3 hours go by and you're just now realizing that you have broccoli stuck between your teeth? You don't have to worry about that when you're driving around a toothpick on wheels. And I don't know if he got all that wood from Home Depot or if he went to his kid's treehouse and ripped it right off from that. I mean, regardless, the guy gets the job done. So on the rice scale, I would have to give him a 5. Because if I ever see this bad boy on the street, I'd take the wood. Like if it fell off his car and I picked it up. Next up, we have a badass car that looks like a Hot Wheel made in 2002. It has a real pimp my ride feel to it. The only thing that's missing are 3 TVs on the spoiler and a cotton candy machine in the trunk. And the paint job is definitely a 10 out of 10. I'm really digging the semen-shaped flames that look like they're trying to make their way up the fallopian tube. But what really sells this car is probably the suicide doors. I mean, they're the kind of doors that Epstein would be proud of. Huh? He didn't kill himself? He did? Okay. You don't need a Lambo to have Lambo doors. All you need is a 4-cylinder cum-covered creamsicle and you're good to go. Now the trunk's open, so that can only mean one thing. He's at a car meet, blasting his music so loud because he has to show everybody who's the real boss. And judging by his impeccable taste in cosmetic mods, I would have to say he has Beethoven on repeat. So as far as this car goes, on the rice scale, I would give it a 3. Because not only does it have character, but it also has a lays bag full of originality, and I can respect that. The last car looks like it's capable of reaching an altitude of 30,000 feet with a maximum speed of going nowhere anytime soon. You know, I actually have this guy on speed dial. Because if I ever miss my flight with Spirit Airlines, and I don't feel like spending $50 for a carry-on, I'm set. And look, there's no such thing as turbulence with this bad boy. I mean, how can there be when you have a super glued wing on the roof? So there's no need for a fasten seatbelt sign. It's not like the thing has seatbelts to begin with. The fact that this guy was able to attach a fully functional kazoo to the hood tells me that he's so smart he makes Stephen Hawking look like he eats crayons. Okay, alright, hear me out, stay with me. If I had to choose between Ariana Grande covering me in mayonnaise while we play Twister on top of a TGI Fridays or owning this car for a day, I'm choosing a ladder. I don't know what your definition of a wet dream is, but mine is leaning up against that roof spoiler and pretending I'm Rose in the Titanic. And let's not forget those Forrest Whitaker headlights. So, for this ingenious design, on the rice scale, I'm going to have to give it a 5. Because you can really tell that this guy went out of his way to make a rice rod. And hey, you did it. You nailed it. Bravo. Bravo. So, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to my first ever episode on Red Sea TV. It means a lot. Thank you, and have a great day.